What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel, Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective, and I'm here for the news. And I do mean #1 couch detective. Again, I've made it crystal clear. On this channel, I'm ahead of the curve. I try to think outside the box. And I try to give you an opinion that you can take to the water cooler or to work or at your local watering hole when you're at the bar and you're discussing sports with your friends. I don't mind people using my token points because you and I know what's going on. But I told you why Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers. I put it in my video, the last video I made. Viewership in the NBA is down 48% since 2012. That's half. 4 of the 5 lowest rated NBA finals in the last 30 years has happened in the past 4 seasons. In-season tournament viewership is down 10% from last year already. The NBA just signed a $76 billion TV contract this past summer. This has nothing to do with Nico Harris. This is above him. This has everything to do with Adam Silver. This is why you haven't heard anything from the NBA. This is why everybody's so confused and just perplexed by this trade, because it doesn't make any sense on the surface. But beneath the surface, it makes all the sense in the world. They had to do something. I don't think people understand. When you sign a TV contract that big, the pressure starts to mount on this is going the wrong way. The television networks and all the people who are giving you all this money, they want results. This comes from the NBA and Nike. Nico Harris worked for Nike for 19 years. The Los Angeles Lakers always get superstars. You never noticed that. Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, now Luka. There's only 2 places that Luka was going to go, is LA and New York. And I ain't talking about the Clippers, and I damn sure ain't talking about Brooklyn. We talking about the Lakers and the Knicks. Is this a great move by the NBA? It's the only move. You have a bona fide superstar. I told you last night, yes, Luka Doncic is a fat slob, and they probably are tired of him, but he's a generational talent. There's no doubt about that. Who's coming back from injury very soon. People say he's difficult to deal with. All superstars are. And was I tired of Luka Doncic coming in out of shape? Yes. I even said in my last video, I'm not even upset as a person who's from Dallas and roots for the team that they traded him. I'm not upset about that. It's what they got back that's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, you guys, that they only got back a first-round pick. Why did they only get back a first-round pick? Because the NBA wanted to make sure that the Dallas Mavericks can build around Luka. Why? Because the TV ratings are down. They got to get the ratings back up. Don't be surprised in the offseason they don't start to change some of these rules, because the problem is it's not just one thing. It's too many three-pointers being shot. There's no defense being played. They indulged in Black Lives Matter. They indulged in all these different things that has brought the ratings down step by step. Look what it says on the TV, y'all. Since 2012, it's down 48%. Imagine selling 1,000 hamburgers a day, and all of a sudden you selling 550 burgers over that. It just precipitously falls over time. Let's take a look at this. This is Yahoo Sports Report. Take a look at this. Why the NBA ratings are down. Look at this. Why the media partners should care. Should care. They do care. They 100% care, you guys. Look at this. The NBA, if the NBA were a player and its media partners were its coaches, the message to the league would be simple. You are underperforming after signing your big new contract. A month into the season, the NBA ratings are already down 28%. That's the biggest drop in the history of the NBA. Now you start to, listen to me, now you're starting to understand why this is happening and had to happen. On ESPN through November 21st, meanwhile, the ratings for its games on TNT are a flat 1.8 million viewers per game, while ESPN is slightly behind at 1.7 million viewers per game. This comes after a major studio fell over its vying for its rights to air NBA games this year, resulting in a $76 billion total deal. Now, they say what's behind it? I just told you. It's a bunch of things. The three-point shooting is disgusting. The lack of defense makes you not even want to watch. As a person who grew up loving basketball, watching basketball, I want to see some resistance. I don't care if Luka Doncic scores 70 points. Nobody's guarding and nobody's hitting me. When Michael Jordan and them was doing that shit, that meant something. You only average 94 points a game, and if you can score 50 in a game, well, that's super impressive considering somebody's riding your hip and hand checking you. And they could actually play defense on you. They could actually hammer you when you come into the lane. I ain't say I want to see people get clotheslined. I'm not trying to go back to the Detroit Pistons or the New York Knicks when they was playing the Heat. But by God, I want to see some defense. They say the ratings drop has been conspicuous, potentially worrying, considering the NBA signed an 11-year, $76 billion TV deal this past summer. The new deal, which nearly triples the annual revenue of the league, brings in its current contract. We'll see the league remain on Disney, on ABC, ESPN Plus, bringing games to Amazon Prime and NBC Universal starting next year. Wall Street, however, said it's too early to panic. Bullshit. Listen to me, y'all. This is how you know it's time to panic, because it's going the wrong way, and it's been going the wrong way since 2012. 4 of the last 5 finals ratings last year happened over the past 4 years. The four of the 5 lowest over the past 4 years. Everything's down. Look at this. This from 7 days ago. What's behind the NBA's falling viewership number? Adam Silver, who looks like he eats on bodies going into rigor mortis and washing it down with baby blood, allegedly. You haven't heard a word from him. Not one word in this whole thing, considering how bad that trade was. Look, Anthony Davis is a great player. The trade wouldn't be as bad if you got at least 3 firsts and 3 seconds. If you got 3 firsts, 3 seconds, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, I probably need to add for Dalton Connect. I could have. It's easier to digest. You still would have been upset because of how talented Luka is, but it's easier to digest. You can at least you can try to sell it. This shit's not even sellable because they want Luka Doncic to be able to succeed in Los Angeles. That's why it's only 1 first-round pick. It makes no sense. Anthony Davis, nickname is Street Clothes, aka Glass Man. Easily broken and easily brittle, but when he's on the court, he's phenomenal. He's an MVP caliber player. So we can't overly knock that, but God dog it, you can get way more than that. And as you can see, this has been a storyline. Look at the story. This is the story. I'm giving you the story. I'm giving you what the hell's going on and why what I'm saying makes more sense. I was watching what's the big dude name? The fat black dude, what's his name? I forgot the motherfucking name. Whitlock, Jason Whitlock. And he was talking about, oh yeah, it's the new ownership. They want to build something, a casino in Dallas and Texas and such and such. Brother, they just got there talking about that's the reason why they traded Luka, my brother. To get that done through legislation, that's going to take at least 10 years. That takes time. You got to keep water. You just start watering these people's plants. You just start feeding them and paying the lobbyists. You got to do that for some years before they get that shit changed around. So that's not true. And the NBA is not going to let you just destroy the Dallas Mavericks so you can threaten to move them to Las Vegas. That's ridiculous. That ain't it either. It's the declining NBA declining ratings. I told my homeboy earlier today, I said, bro, I would imagine this deal has been in the works since the summer. That's before I even seen this. The deal was done this summer, and I would imagine the deal for Luka, the deal for the NBA, I mean, this $76 billion deal TV contract was done this summer. And that began the discussions that, hey, man, the viewership is kind of slipped. What are we going to do? Going into the season, listen to me. Going into the season, this is my opinion. Going into the season, the NBA said, hey, if the ratings keep diving and keep dipping, we're going to have to do something to get Luka to Los Angeles. because there's nobody else would move the needle like this. There's no other player that you could have traded. You couldn't trade Curry because he's at the end of the road. You couldn't trade LeBron. He's at the end of the road. Kevin Durant, end of the road. No, Antetokounmpo is a great player, but that wouldn't move the needle like this, like Luka. Because Luka, I think Antetokounmpo might be 30 years old now. Luka Doncic is 25. So it makes way more sense, you guys. Way more sense. And I made the video, you guys. Let's see. I made the video. I made the video right here. And I even put the all seeing. You see Luka Doncic tattoo, the all seeing eye. Yes, he is raised up in the program, and he is a Luciferian as long as his parents are. As is Adam Silver. As is Rob Pelinka. As is the Dallas GM. All of them. So this had to happen. This was going to happen. If the ratings kept dipping, this was going to happen. Yes, Luka's out of shape. Yes, and all that makes sense to trade him for that. But what you got back for him is a dead giveaway. And I'm going to tell you another thing that's a dead giveaway, you guys. The Utah Jazz general manager, which is, what's his name? I can't think his name. But the Utah Jazz general manager said he didn't even know what the trade was for. That means Adam Silver called him personally, because an NBA team can't call you and tell you we want to make a trade. We want to get you involved in this trade and not tell you what's going on or who's being traded. He said he didn't even know who the trade was for. So he did the league a favor. Adam Silver said, "Call, hey, we got a trade worked out between Dallas and Los Angeles." He probably thinking it's for Gafford and some Connect and some shit like that. He's not thinking it's for Luka, because of not a. It wasn't a peep of this who came out. Not one peep came out about this. So they didn't even tell him. So that lets you know Adam Silver asked, "Hey man, we got a trade. We need you to do us a favor." What's that? "I need you. We're gonna throw some picks and add this, such and such, a few picks, and we're gonna give you this, and then it'll be cool for you two. And down the line, we see you guys want a worse team. We'll guarantee you a top 3 in the NBA draft lottery." Them are the type of deals that's being made behind the scenes, you guys. That's a fact. That's not me. That, even though this is I say this that's my opinion on something, but to me that's factual. We know that the draft lottery is controlled, and it's, certain teams for certain reasons at certain times. There's no doubt about that. But when you read that about the viewership being down across the board, and it's not just one reason, it's a bunch of reasons, but the reasons are very fixable. And like I said, don't be surprised this summer that if they don't actually start to change a rule here or there. It's not going to be all at once, but $76 billion in TV contracts between Disney, ABC, now next year they said Amazon Prime, and I think it was another channel. I forget the other channel. But all these different people involved with Nike. And let me say this, Nike sales are down. Nike sales are down. Why? Because the NBA sales are down. Who sells more shoes for Nike than the NBA? Damn it, I'm simply the best. Better than all the rest. So Nike's is down. Their sales is down. NBA viewership is down. We gave you all this money. You better fix it. So the NBA did what they thought they can do best. This is a 5-year storyline now. And at the very least, this is going to boost the ratings for the rest of the year. And then they can figure out this summer what they need to do to get the ratings back up throughout the rest of the duration while Luka's in Los Angeles. Yeah, it's very interesting. But that's why, it's driving me crazy. I'm sitting here watching YouTube. I'm sitting there watching YouTube, you guys. And everything I watch on YouTube, everybody's saying the reason they he was out of shape and this. Yeah, we know that. Luka's been out of shape, such and such. All that's irrelevant to the fact of what you could have got for him. We all know you could have got more for Luka Doncic than what you got. You could have got way more. Look at all this shit. Look at all these people saying all these different things about why he got traded. The only person who I heard hint at it was Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose said this is good for the league. That means Jalen Rose is a smart man. He can't come out and say it. Hey, this trade simply happened, because he's not going to say that. But sometimes, if you know how to read in between the lines and read people's body language, which is something I'm gifted at, one of my gifts, like God gives us all gifts. It gives you gifts, it might be gifts. My gifts is I can read body language, I can read in between the lines when people are talking. And that's one thing I can say. Jalen Rose, he did hint at it. One of the few people. But these everyday average YouTubers and shit, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Oh, Nico Harris he's an idiot. He just made a great trade with Kyrie Irving. He traded Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith and a couple picks for Kyrie Irving. That's a great trade. That's great value. So he knows what he's doing. He's been at Nike. You know what the fuck he doing. This trade had to happen. It was above him. They had to get Luka in Los Angeles. They had to get, and not only that, I'm pretty sure they're tired of capitulating to LeBron James. Obviously, he's 40 plus years. He's 40 years old now. You got to start winding that storyline up. Kyrie Irving won't. I mean, not Kyrie Irving, but yeah, he won't be here very much longer. Steph Curry won't be here very much longer. They got 2 or 3 years. Kevin Durant is at the end of his role. You got to start setting this up for the future. Who's the future? Get him in Los Angeles. Let's get this money world. They have tripled their revenue. You just read it with your own 2 eyes. They tripled their revenue. Luka dumped by Dallas. He wasn't dumped. They put him out because they had no choice. Now, like I said, yes, part of it is Luka coming in out of shape, and I'm pretty sure Luka was hell to tail behind the scenes. But that's most young superstars in today's game. The product he's putting on the floor was grade A. You telling me they're going to trade him for Anthony Davis, considering this man is box office and the tickets that he's selling, the amount of money you making off of him, that you wouldn't try to figure it out, or at the least build your future all the way out with an inordinate amount of picks? Are you nuts? They traded for one first round pick and Anthony Davis, who won't be there. Anthony Davis is 31, 32 years old. He won't be. Anthony Davis, the way his body is, he only has 2 or 3 more seasons, tops. And probably only 2 more at a high level. And by that 3rd year, he's here, he'll start to decline. That's if somebody don't poke him in the eye next week and he out another month. Because he allowed to get jabbed in the eye, then he's out another month. So I done laid it out for you. To me, I done laid my case out as an unequivocal fact that the Dallas Mavericks, the Los Angeles Lakers, Adam Silver in the NBA, and Nike all in cahoots together, because everything is down from ratings and sales across the board to make this deal happen, to usher in the Luka Doncic era, the Los Angeles Lakers, who's a huge market, because Laker fans are like Cowboy fans. They're everywhere across the nation. So to get all this going and get all this pushed out in front, it was a great move by the NBA. Now all they got to do, because the product is still bad, but they got a great storyline and they got everybody wanting to watch. Hell, I'm going to watch, even though I know it's a phony-ass hustle. Why? Because it's entertainment. Sports is, for one thing, you guys, entertainment purposes only. I always say that in my videos. I've been saying that for years. Anybody watch my videos, they can tell you I've been saying that for years. Sports is for entertainment purposes only. Don't ever get overly caught up and emotional as a grown man about this. Damn, being a fan, it's okay to root for a team, but if a fan is sharp or fanatic, never be fanatical about nobody. Be fanatical about God. Be fanatical about your family. Be fanatical about getting some money in your pocket. But don't be fanatical about no man and these people who you don't know and can't control. But I just wanted to go over that. This has been Sports Life and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective. And I'm here for the news. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on the NBA, made a hell of a move ride. Peace.